Well, good morning to you. Hope you're doing really well. As you can see, I'm wrapped up with my jumper and my jacket, so it can only be winter time has come upon us. And I am in the beautiful Norfolk County, and I'm here to take you to an incredible, beautiful church ruin. And I really mean that. I'm really excited by this one. Church ruins do sort of excite me, but this one's pretty special. I can see it in front of me. Wow. Wow. I think you're going to like this one. Come on. Located in Norfolk lies one of the most beautiful ruins that you can find, that of St Theobald Church. The church started life in the 11th century, and as was common, it would see many changes throughout its life. The round tower, for example, was an addition of the early 12th century, as well as an extended chancel in the 13th century. It was also noted that within the Norman walls lies Roman brick, which you can see. The church's demise came when in the early 1800s plans came to put in some much needed restoration, but it was decided instead to build a new church in the village, which was designed by Thomas Jekyll and contains the font from St Theobald's, which became, as you will see, ruinated, except for the chancel, which was converted into a mortuary chapel, as well as the graveyard that was continued to be in use. Now, given Grade 2 listed status, it's truly a special place for any lovers of history, and one I thoroughly recommend exploring should you be in the area. You know, it's not often that I get really excited about something that I've come across a lot that I sometimes take for granted, ruins, and I do sort of say in my videos that I do like to pick some really good ones, but today, oh my word, this is just so special. Wow. Yeah, I mean, this is just something really special. Interesting, if you read this church is a sigil ancient monument which you knew in a history lesson. It is a offence to cause damage to the building. Norfolk County Council. Don't worry, Norfolk County Council, we won't. Obviously not broken in, although okay. Wow. Huh. Little tokens, and isn't that beautiful? I didn't actually think you could get into this, but lucky day today. Search and rescue team leader. Amazing. Whoa. I genuinely didn't think we'd have the opportunity. Look at this. And go Anne Taylor. I don't want to pronounce her middle name. Dilke, because it's a K-D-I-L-K-E. Anne Dilke Taylor. Sorry, Anne. Samuel Taylor, who departed this life November 28th, 1790, aged 67, in piety and goodness. She was exemplary. Wow, what a beautiful thing to say. Oh, wow, that is. Sorry, I'm probably going to keep saying wow today. So if you don't like videos of me saying wow in them, then, you know, you can just find something else. William, son, he's Williams, his son, who died March 21st, 1778, aged 22, and of Lucy, Martha, his daughter, who died October 15th, 1783, died 24. Sorry for my muddy boots, everybody. I've had a busy day of exploring. This is my final treat to myself, and I mean an absolute treat to myself to come here and check this place out. Stunning. It's interesting walking around. There's a peace and tranquility to this place. There's a sort of like there is a road there, but I think it's like an A road. I might be wrong on that. I'm not sure. I did drive down it, but I didn't check. But probably hear a few cars now, but yeah, 1739 Samuel Holmes, loving memory of Rosa. Yeah. Samuel 1955, aged 85. Fair play, sir. It was a good age. Look at this. Bit of beer can. I mean, I have seen a bit of graffiti and bit of, I don't want to think it, I hope it's not vandalism, because obviously that looked like it was pretty sealed up, and I'm not obviously encouraging, nobody should break in or vandalise. You saw obviously I didn't do any of that, but slightly worries me when I do see stuff like that, because I wasn't even sure if you could have a look or not in here, but obviously we're here. See this door, wow, to the tower. Oh my word, wooden beams are still there. Jeez. I'm assuming that there's animals nesting. I've just seen a couple. Look, better be quiet, just in case they are still there. I think somebody smashed this on purpose. Look, scheduled entry. Oh god, mind you, it looks like that was done a long time ago though. Although there's empty, I don't know, I'm trying to be a detective here. Is that a for coins? Thanks for service. Look at this though, look. Like I said, I'm desperately showing as much respect to this place as possible. It is on Google Landmarks if you do want to have a look. I did make sure, because I didn't actually use Google Landmarks to find this place. I just needed a good ruin. I was in the mood for a ruin again, and you know that obviously if you've seen my channel, I do love a good ruin. Look at the tower, so typical of like Suffolk, Norfolk, I think North Essex as well. They have those very unique towers. We don't really have any of those types of beautiful church towers in Kent. Oh, and the sun is beating down on me. Look at this. Look. Spiders' webs in the frost. Now this was, let me put that back in there, even though that was what it was, but yeah. Just incredible, isn't it? So peaceful. So here's our grave. Here's our grave out here, and I just can't get over how beautiful this one is. Such a strange layout for me as well. I don't. You've basically got like it's very rectangular, but it's almost split into sort of sections, really. And I'm not used to that type of layout, to be honest. I don't think many people are. Although if you are, you probably are actually if you're in the area. But like I said, forgive me, I'm a Kent lad, and obviously, I like my Kent churches. But this is my first one in the Norfolk area. But I know you do see them in Suffolk as well, and Essex. I'm pretty sure you do see them in North Essex, so forgive me if that's not the case. Pretty sure I've seen some close to the border anyway. Probably in some other counties as well, but like I said, in Kent, we definitely don't. That's when someone writes in and goes, actually, you're wrong. There are those types of ones in Kent. Oh, God, I haven't seen any. That crunch of the leaves. Oh, look at that. Is that an old water barrel? It is. Look at that. Looks like it's lead. I wonder if that is lead. Looks like it. Or tin. I don't think it would have that colour if it was tin. I might be wrong on that. I'm not a metallurgist or metallurgist. I know my rocks, I know my geology, but yeah, look at that. I feel like today, even in the history of this, I feel like I've sort of feel like this is a learning one for me today. It's sort of like I do think that sometimes you come to a place and you're like, oh, I wonder what that might have been, and I wonder what that is. And obviously you get the generic, putting my channel down, you get your generic Phoenix history, but yeah, it's just so special, isn't it? And you do think it's such a learning experience if you can come to these types of places and see all this sort of stuff. Well, what does that say? Matthias, I'm assuming. Oh no, Matthew. There we go. God, Matthew Swallow, late of Ewell, Surrey. Aged 34? Blimey. Really special, isn't it? Just is. Look at this. I mean, it's a substantial graveyard as well. Obviously, that coincides with the church anyway. I mean, we know that through the history lesson, but it's always nice to actually see it. You don't normally, probably if you've watched my channel actually, we've seen churches before, we've seen ruined churches before, but we don't normally see substantial, not normally, grave sites, because actually the date of the church is normally sort of decays quite early. The shelf life of it is actually relatively short compared to most churches. In this instance, it's slightly different because obviously the substantialness of this gravesite is huge, and obviously, we did see a few fairly modern graves in there. In fact, what I'm going to do, there is something down there. I'm going to take you to that. That's really new or modern. So yeah, it's starting. It's not raining, everybody. It's just that the frost has started to melt. Yeah, look, 2003 there. Jean Elizabeth Neve. Bless you, 1923 to 2003. Wow. And there's, I don't want to say that name wrong. I do apologise. I'm not going to tread on anybody's grave. Don't worry. Norris Neve. I can't see the first P-E. Peter Norris. There you go, Neve. Sorry, sir. 1915 to 1982. Beautiful. Wooden crosses, these. So you don't really get to see many of those anymore, really. So substantial. Right, let me take you to this. Look like a fairly new one, which is obviously always upsetting in its own right. Take a couple more looks at a few here. George Daniels, January the 8th, 1938, aged 76. God. And then remembrance of Britannia. Eleanor. What a name. Beloved wife of the above. I suppose you'd call her Brit, wouldn't you? Died April the 11th, 1944. Aged 83. Reunited. Oh, that's so sweet. I don't know if you can see that. This is reunited at the bottom. I really hope they are, you know. Look at that. Isn't that so beautiful? Oh, it gets me all emotional. I won't look at everyone, but they're very, very nice. Really curious about this one here, though. It's the one that I'm more curious about. Love that tower. What's this? I hope it's not going to be too sad. Oh, bless. Molly May, Germany, that says. Died 7th of June 2015 at rest. Doesn't say anything more than that. I don't want to speculate, but yeah. Oh, 2015, wow. Brings it home, doesn't it? Whether it's an animal, whether it's a human, anything like that. All the same. You never want to lose anything that's close to your heart. Cool, what a reflective video this is, isn't it? Oh. Such a beautiful place. As I said, the frost is just slowly melting now. Well, there you go. I think we've done it, everybody. We've looked inside, which I didn't think we could do. Obviously I didn't break in. Looked at the graves. And I think really now the best thing to do is politely say our goodbyes and head out for the day. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and obviously it's another ruin for me to tick off. Obviously a poignant one because it's in a different county for me, which, not that I've never done that before. It's a different design, different style, and quite poignant as well. There you go. Well, look, any more words of Phoenix history? I really hope you enjoyed this video. Look after yourselves, because history matters, and doesn't it just on these types of places. Still fresh in the memory with some fairly recent graves here we found. Much love to all of you out there, and I will of course see you all very soon. And I'll leave you with the trickling sounds of the dew as it sort of slowly melts. Kapow.